Our main focus today is going to be protein. So, quick science lesson. Think of protein as the building blocks to your muscles. Okay, so they're long chains of compounds called amino acids, and they play an extremely important role in the growth, development, repair, maintenance of body tissues. So adequate protein intake is extremely important. Why is it essential for fat loss? Weight is not the most important factor, right? Fat burn is actually what you are looking for, and also, of course, keeping it off in the long term. So many people can go on a diet, lose some weight, always checking the scale, but most end up gaining it back, and I'm sure many of you can relate with that if you followed any fat diets. But a higher protein intake can actually help you prevent that regain. With weight loss, one downfall is like as you're losing weight, you also tend to lose muscle mass. However, what you really want to lose is body fat, not muscle. Another side effect of losing weight is that your metabolic rate tends to decrease. In other words, you end up burning fewer calories than you did before you lost the weight because you have reduced muscle mass. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolic rate is. For this reason, being on a high protein intake diet and making sure that you are focusing on heavy strength training are two very important components if you want to lose fat. So not only do they help you keep your metabolism high, they also make sure what is underneath the fat actually looks good. So without protein and strength training, you may end up looking skinny fat. I was there at a point of my life. And that usually happens when you're doing tons of cardio, tons of HIIT. HIIT is great, don't get me wrong, for conditioning. I love HIIT, I always include it in my training. But you really need to think about the strength training aspect. If I'm just sitting on the couch all day, if I have more muscle mass, I'll actually be burning more than if I didn't have as much muscle mass. So you really want to start thinking about, are you checking the scale to see that number drop, or are you trying to see your body composition? Because I think that is the most important part. If your muscle is up and your fat is down, even if your weight stays the same, you're still succeeding in what you're trying to do. And you're gonna notice fat loss. Remember, it's all about fat loss, not weight loss. The best breakdown when planning your food would be 50% carbs, 30% protein, 20% of fats for your specific calorie intake. Yeah. Also, don't be afraid to add a protein shake if you don't feel like you're hitting the protein goal. It's not a meal replacement. It's just a supplement. It's great, and I promise you, you will see the changes as long as you are lifting weight as well.